At VRIC 2017 here, I've got the mercenary geologist, Mickey Fulp. Mickey, looks like this show's got a few participants in it, a little more energy here maybe than more years. We've got a new president in the U.S. What are your thoughts here about the resource market to start the year?
Well, it's certainly better than it was a year ago when the metals and commodities and stocks bottomed on January 20th, which is 2 days before this conference started. We've had a year where commodity sector has outperformed all the other sectors, and with the Trump election and an infrastructure build out in the U.S. coming, reminds me a lot of what happened in China post-global economic crisis. Chinese didn't quantitatively ease, which means you basically print money and buy it back. Your central bank buys back money that your treasury prints. They didn't do that. How did they come out of the global economic crisis? They did an infrastructure build out, massive infrastructure build out. Now, what's going to happen under a Trump administration is not going to be anywhere near as big as the Chinese build out, because they essentially started at nothing. China had the seventh largest economy in the world in 2000, the same size as Italy. And look at it now, it's got second largest economy in the world. So there was a lot of infrastructure built in China, which created demand for commodities. I think we're going to see a very good commodities market with that paradigm.
So as far as some of the policies that we're hearing about, and literally I read today taking down NAFTA and taking down the TPP, will that stimulate trade, do you think? Will that stymie it? How do you see us moving forward in the year as far as the trading partners?
I don't think that NAFTA will be done away with. I think, NAFTA is over 20 years old now, and it's obsolete. So I think it's going to be a revamping of NAFTA. And to my knowledge, the Trans-Pacific Partnership has not been formalized. It's still not approved, and Trump certainly opposes it. And so I don't think that will ever come to pass.
So as far as, obviously you're pretty pro in this sector then for the year. 200 plus companies here, and anybody here that grabs your attention here? Or are you just kind of looking at certain sectors?
Well, I've done some pretty heavy speculating over the last year. I've taken profits from some companies and did a bunch of tax loss selling, and I did some tax loss buying and got that bump, which we're going to talk about today a bit in my workshop. The company that I am very bullish on right now, an example would be Mawson Resources. And Mawson is a company that has an advanced exploration play in northern Finland. They finally, after years of delays, have gotten full drill permits, and it's on the go right now, and I think the potential for that project is quite good.
So if we're having this conversation around New Year's Eve with a beverage, where's gold at roughly?
Well, you mean at the end of this year? That's really hard to predict. I'm positive on gold. It's had a very nice bump over the last, month and a half. It went down right after the Trump election a bit, but it's made a nice rally. The fundamentals for gold look good. Of concern would be what's going on in India and if that's going to lessen physical demand for gold. But, all in all, I'm very bullish on all commodities. So I think gold's got a ways to go. But for the last 3 months, well, not quite 3 months, but November, December, and most of January, there is an almost perfect negative correlation of the U.S. dollar and gold. And that has, it's really a phenomena that's happened since the Trump election. Trump got up a week ago, it'll be a week ago tomorrow, Tuesday morning, and tweeted, the U.S. dollar is too strong. And what happened to the U.S. dollar that day? It went down 0.8 of a point. What happened to gold that day? It jumped $10. So So we see this very strong correlation right now. So a lot of what goes on with the price of gold really is going to depend on the U.S. dollar.
How do people follow you, Mickey?
MercenaryGeologist.com is the website. At Mercenary Geo is the Twitter follower. We're now over 60,000 Twitter followers, and this interview will be posted on the audio portion on mercenarygeologist.fm.
Mickey Fulp, Mercenary Geologist. Thanks for time.
All right, thanks a lot, Rob. And I should mention, Rob, that I am a shareholder of Mawson Resources Limited, and they pay a sponsor fee for my website.